Fiala. In front, score! Kevin Fiala!
Is this the dagger?
And it's gonna burn you.
Back and forth. Oh! He broke his ankles. Now he's got an entourage. And he's got a touchdown. He is who he is.
Here we go. Chaotic week we had this week. Very chaotic, especially on the Supreme Court. However, you don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You're interested in hearing sports. So welcome to the ZK Sports Show. Welcome back, everyone. Do we have some news for you guys today? We want to first start off with this story. The Show-Avalanche won the Stanley Cup since 2001, so 21 or 22 years ago they won it. They recently just won it last night. Very exciting for them. So it was definitely a very fun game. Lightning took the lead in the first period with the Stackmos goal. And I think that's the only one they ever scored. So I think Avalanche won 2-1. So yeah, it says the night before, the Colorado Avalanche won their first Stanley Cup over 2 decades by defeating the Tampa Bay Lightning 2-1 in Game 6 on Sunday. They called a players-only meeting. Colorado could have clinched the Cup on home ice in Game 5. Instead, Tampa extended the series with a 3-2 win. Avalanche's leadership group had been through too much heartbreak before making 3 consecutive second-round series exits prior to the season. No way they let another opportunity slip. And they were like, you can definitely see the determination in the Avalanche, just attacking the goal. They really were just doing that. And also, Cale Makar won the Coney Smith. So we had a job to do. We had the job that we had to do, said Cale Makar, who was awarded the Coney Smith Trophy as a postseason most valuable player. But we need to talk about staying mentally locked and not looking too far ahead. Andre Colligal, Bill Landscape, and Nathan McKinnon speak to basically just calming the guys down and making sure that regardless of the outcome, just pull out of there and see where the game lies. That's kind of where our minds were at. Yeah, I definitely do agree with him. As someone that has participated in playoffs, you gotta just keep your mind right. Just keep your mind right. Yeah, so that is that story. So the next story up is the Lakers potentially trading to get the Brooklyn Nets player Kyrie Irving. And I'm not sure why they're doing this. It looks they're the only team wanting to get this player. Kyrie was not really that good this year. So, outside of the Los Angeles Lakers, there are currently no teams planning on pursuing of signing and trade details of Brooklyn Nets guard Kyrie Irving told ESPN. So far, the Nets have no interest in taking back the available Lakers package, sources said. The uncertainty surrounding Kyrie Irving's future with the Nets continues to leave the franchise vulnerable to Kevin Durant. Trade requests, but has yet to materialize, said Durant. Has 4 years left on his contract and reminded on advocating for the Nets to commit a long-term deal with Kyrie Irving, sources said. So it looks like the Nets want to keep Kyrie with them, as the Nets have they traded Harden to the 76ers. So the Nets would only have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving as left. They still have Blake Griffin, I think. But we saw the disaster that was the Lakers last year, as they were hyped up to be the super team. I think they're going to go downhill next year, even with Kyrie Irving. We saw the disastrous Westbrook season they had, and LeBron is kind of aging. Anthony Davis had an injury-prone season last year, so it's uncertain whether this trade will commence. Iverson has until Wednesday to make a decision on exercising his $36.5 million option on the 2022-2023 season. Once he opts out into the deal, he's no longer eligible for a sign and trade. Nets could proceed working to trade him an expiring contract, but Kyrie Irving would have no formal voice and potential landing spot. Alright, so the next story up is I saw this earlier on the Score app, and I'm like, I gotta cover the story. So as the Seahawks and Browns are nearing a trade for a QB star, Baker Mayfield. He's not really a star. I think he was very disappointing last season. So sounds like Baker Mayfield could be traded to the Seahawks in the very future. I could potentially see it happening since the Seahawks traded away Russell Wilson to the Broncos, and who's going to be their franchise guy? Is it Geno Smith? I don't think it'll be Geno Smith. So if Cleveland will trade away, I'm not sure what they would offer, but it would be very interesting to see that go down. I think it could happen. Michael Balco reported that two sides are nearing a trade for Mayfield, but it's unclear when it would officially go down. That is true. Hearing the Seahawks and Browns are nearing a trade agreement that would send QB Baker Mayfield to Seattle. There's Michael Balco tweeted about that. And I'm not sure if maybe when Schefter or Rappaport breaks the news, then we'll probably see that. Seattle is probably the best landing spot for the Oklahoma Heisman winner. A lot of red flags with the Carolina Panthers when it comes to Baker Mayfield. It's the QB room. Panthers are better off riding with Sam Darnold than Matt Corral for the time being. So it looked like there would have been a trade rumor to Carolina. I don't see him going to Carolina. You know, so if Geno Smith and Drew Lock, there's no question Mayfield's a better option. Yeah, it definitely does make sense. Since would you want Drew Lock or Geno Smith, or do you want Baker Mayfield? I just take Baker Mayfield as my starting QB if I had those three QBs in my carousel, I guess. But that would be another thing with Seattle, and it's regarding DK Metcalf, if he is still going to be with the Seahawks, because I think he's wanting to be traded. I don't know. There's rumors about him. I'm not sure if he's going to get traded. I don't think he'll be traded, but that will definitely get Baker with some weapons. Same with Tyler Lockett. It's going to get him some weapons as well. Yeah. Right, so our last story now is Arch Manning committing to Texas. So many people thought he would go to Tennessee or Ole Miss. He definitely was going to an SEC school, so he chose Texas. That's currently a Big 12 school, but they're going to move to the SEC along with Oklahoma. And that's going to be a lot of competition in that league now with Oklahoma and Texas. I thought Texas should be the only one that goes to the SEC, not Oklahoma. I find it just odd. And so, Peyton Manning understood about his nephew. So this story is about Peyton Manning and Arch Manning, their commitment with Texas joining the SEC as early as 2025. Arch Manning will have an opportunity to play against Tennessee as well as Ole Miss, where his uncle Eli and grandfather Archie were star QBs. It just looks like he's going to the SEC because that's what his uncles did. That's what Peyton. That's what Eli did. That's what Archie did. So that is why he probably is doing that. It's going to also provide some competition. So if Bryce Young is not out of there, maybe we definitely love to see that kind of QB battle. That would be really cool. He's also going to be competing with the likes of Florida, LSU, Georgia. He's competing with all those schools, along with Oklahoma, so that's going to get some more stuff in there. And that's going to be it for today. This was probably a shorter episode. There really wasn't a lot of sports stuff to be covered today, so sorry about a short episode. I might try and get more sports stories out as soon as I possibly can. And that's all for today. Hope to see you guys next time. Peace.